What is up, Gun Nation? Alright, I got a few guns here before you. The original Taurus, I don't know if some of you may not know, some of you may know. We all are probably unaware of the issue, like an issue. But what specifically is that issue? Okay, that's what I discovered a few days ago. What specifically is one of the issues that I know about and I have the firearm? Well, it is this Taurus PT 140 Pro. I carried this gun for a very long time. A very great gun. I've dropped it numerous times. It hasn't discharged on me whatsoever. But unload it, which it's unloaded. Sure the safety's off. Which we're outside. If I shoot anything, it's not going to hurt anything. Alright. So, the Gen 1, probably, or the Pro Series. I had a person talking about the G3C in a 45. Well, I told him that they had this model in a PT 145 Pro, which people that I've known that have them, they think they're good guns as well as this one. The 24/7, the Taurus 24/7 is another gun that had an issue. But anyway, the guy asked that or said that comment, and I was like, well, check out and see if you can find a good used one of these. Probably be. Sorry guys, I got sweat in my eyes. Whew, it's hot out here. See if you can find out, get a gun like this with the 45, because I knew they made it. Well, it's going to be hard to find, but I researched in it a little bit and found out this. So, you rack it back, whatever. You know that this is striker fired. Well, you lock and load it, getting ready to put it on safe. Well, it's on safe. It will not fire. Okay? Great gun. It's drop safe, semi drop safe, from what I was told. But I had my safety on. I didn't do what was the safety issue with this. I know for a fact that I didn't. And I carried it just like this, and it fell out of my holster numerous times. Okay? But watch this. We got trigger pull, right? Lock it back. I know we probably didn't have to do that. But, alright. Now, when I first demonstrated this gun, you see where my finger is? Now watch. If I put a little tension on this and flip this safety up right here, now listen. The gun can fire. So keep your booger hookers off the trigger. Let me show you that again. If you have bad trigger discipline and safety handling, and you pull that trigger just a little bit, engage that safety, and holster it, push that safety up, right? Now listen, the gun will fire once because the striker system will do everything it's supposed to do, and the safety will stop the slide from being pulled back. So it will fire once. Another issue with this and the 24/7, this trigger is supposed to be well, is a real heavy trigger. And I don't mean like the trigger pull, I mean just heavy in general. So if you got it like on single stage, like on this firearm, like a 1911, if you pull the hammer back to make the trigger lighter, in that mode on this firearm in the 24/7, if it is dropped directly on the slide with the impact and the inertia, just like a bullet puller, if you're familiar with it, will cause this trigger to shoot. It will cause the trigger to engage. So that was the issue with the Taurus. Let me show you it again. On the PT-140 Pro, 45, and PT-11, and possibly the Gen 1 or whatever, if you put tension on your trigger and engage your safety, it will fire once. It will fire. Put the safety on, it will not fire. I tried doing that with the G3, and just this G3C, it will not happen. On this 9mm EAA, it will not happen. Obviously, on your Glock, Smith & Wesson, anything without a safety, you do not have that concern anyway. So that's something to keep in mind, guys, because I didn't even know that. Like, I was aware of a lot of issues, but I wasn't aware of that. And I dropped it a few times, so I said, well, I'm not going to worry about the fixing the issue or sending in my gun. But it comes down to that proper trigger discipline when you're shooting and when you're handling the gun. Keep your finger off the trigger. Because once again, if you put tension, just a little bit of tension on that trigger, and you put that safety on, it will fire. Ammo Wizard, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. Always be prepared for the unknown. And if that day happens, fight like hell and overcome it. Y'all have a great one.